Holy Mother of God, boys and girls. Dexter Resurrection episode 3 was hands down the best episode that we've gotten so far out of this season, and trust me, this wasn't just fan service. Now, I'm not going to break down the entire episode because I only want to focus on two things: Dexter's first kill, which was straight up badass, and the long overdue reunion from Masuka, Joey, and Batista. Now, let's just get straight into the reunion because it's been 12 years since we last saw these three on the screen together, back when the original series in 2013 ended. Now sure, Batista showed up in Dexter New Blood, but Masuka and Quinn? Yeah, they were nowhere to be found. So seeing all three of them finally in the same room together felt amazing. And honestly, it didn't feel like fan service. It made sense because these three characters are still alive, and we deserve to know what's going on with them. Like, it doesn't make sense to not show what's going on in their lives when they're literally main characters. Like, I can understand why some people would call it fan service when they brought back Trinity, Dokes, and Miguel in episode 1, you know, because like those characters are long gone and they've been dead for quite some time now. But I mean, it low-key made sense that Trinity showed up because, you know, he kind of, you know, shaped Dexter into who he was today because he killed Rita. But Joey and Masuka never died. They're alive. And with Batista now investigating Dexter, the return fits perfectly into this story. Now, I know in this scene, Batista doesn't actually tell them that he's investigating Dexter or what's going on at all, but he does say when the time comes that they would know. And this may be hinting at the fact that they'll find out, you know, that Dexter's alive, maybe even in the next few episodes, or maybe even in episode 4, who knows? Or maybe at the end of the season, but hopefully, you know, it won't come to the end of the season. Hopefully not. And if you really think about it, this show is aiming to stretch into more seasons, and bringing back these characters gives it more depth and longevity. Although it's not officially confirmed that there is another season of Dexter Resurrection, you know, they said it could go on for more seasons if this does well, and let's be honest, this season is doing really well. Now, as I said in another video, I don't think Batista survives this season just because, you know, what happened to Maria LaGuerta when she investigated into Dexter, and what happened to James Dokes when he investigated into Dexter. It's kind of this reoccurring pattern now, so it would make sense. And if that is the case, Joey and Masuka might be the ones to pick up where he leaves off for the other seasons, which is why they're probably showcasing these two right now in episode 3. And can we also talk about how perfect it was to see Masuka and Joey being the exact same guys we remember, but, you know, now modernized? Like, we have Masuka cracking OnlyFans jokes in 2025. Like, I would have never saw that coming. And Joey Quinn, he's still the same lovable mess. Now, this whole scene was mwah, chef's kiss. Perfection. And I'm glad we got it because it's clear that there's more to come. And this episode just gave us that little taste that we desperately needed. Now, let's get into Dexter's first kill in Resurrection. So back in episode 2, we saw him stalking the Dark Passenger, aka Ronald Schmidt, and in this episode, he finally gets all the proof that he needs to go in for the kill on him. So when he breaks into Ronald Schmidt's apartment and finds his trophies, that's all Dexter needs to confirm that he's dealing with a true killer. And one detail that I love is that he's still using the fake name Dr. Patrick Bateman, you know, when he's buying M99. And I'm glad they kept that in. It's a great nod to, you know, the longtime fans and also the American Psycho fans. He actually says it in the show, by the way.
American Psycho was a formative read when I was 19.
Now, fast forward a bit, and Dexter just happens to pick up Ronald while he's working as a Eurocar driver. And at first, I thought this was kind of funny. Like, I mean, what are the odds? New York is huge. Like, how did he pick up Ronald Schmidt out of every other single person that needed a Eurocar driver in New York at this time of night? But I mean, thinking about it, it kind of makes sense in a way, because as a driver, you can choose which rides to accept or deny, and Dexter probably denied every request until the name Ronald Schmidt popped up. Now, I used to DoorDash when I was younger, so I kind of get how that system works, but I mean, this isn't DoorDash, this is Eurocar driver, it's fictional, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's fictional, so I mean, like, it's whatever really. And right before Ronald gets in the car, someone unintentionally scares Dexter, which then leads to him dropping his M99 on the floor. So now he's driving and trying to have a normal conversation with the killer in the back seat that is going to try to kill him. So while Dexter is still trying to fidget the M99 and get it into his reach, bam, Ronald then grabs Dexter by the neck and then tells him where to drive. Now this same exact scenario feels so eerie. It feels so familiar because isn't this exactly what Dexter did to Mike Donovan in season 1, episode 1? Now the roles are reversed. It isn't Dexter in the passenger seat, it's actually him in the driver's seat. And then also it's the guy who kind of looks like Dexter in the back seat and that has Dexter's name, the dark passenger. So this whole scene kind of just reminded me of season 1. So they go back and forth exchanging dialogue and Ronald says, "How does it feel to know you're going to die?" And in a classic Dexter fashion, he replies with, "Honestly, it's not the first time." And then Ronald pulls him back, yanks him, and he says, "What?" That's when Dexter has to lock in because he can't be acting like a psychopath right here, right now. He has to act like he's actually scared. So Ronald then tells him to pull over, and even with the chain still around his neck, Dexter manages to reach for the M99 that's literally at his gas pedal. And he actually gets it without passing out or dying. And now you might be thinking, wait, what? That's bad writing. But nope, actually it turns out that Dexter came prepared. He wrapped foil around his neck, under his turtleneck. I don't really know what that is. It might not be foil. I'm not 100% sure, but it's something that helped protect his neck. That's all I know. Because he knew Ronald would do that to him because of the footage that he saw of him attacking Blessing's friend in the same way. So he knew that he had to come prepared, and that's exactly what he did. Then Dexter takes Ronald to the kill table, and man, it's the classic setup all over again. It felt exactly like the original series, and they absolutely nailed the tone and vibe in the scene. It was perfect, spot on, original series 100%. Or should I just say Michael C. Hall did? I mean, this is the guy who plays Dexter to the best of his ability and makes the character what the character is. Because if we didn't have Michael C. Hall, there wouldn't be a Dexter. And I don't think anyone would really want to watch Dexter if it wasn't Michael C. Hall. I'm just gonna be honest right here and right now. Honestly, every single episode just gets better and better. Maybe I'm just blinded behind all the glaze or something, but bro, I don't know, man. It's good. Cinema. What do you guys think of that Masuka and Joey Quinn return? Like, first of all, hold on. I didn't even know that Masuka would even be in here. That prediction that I made in my video was just a free ball. Like, I was just like, what if Masuka ever returned? And then he did.
The show does kind of have the thing with fan service. Like most of these shows have been fan service, so it's pretty easy to predict that characters that are like popular are gonna return in it.
That is true. But the thing is, we never even got like any hints that Masuka would ever return. So maybe the actor was just really good at keeping it secretive. But like every single actor that we know that was going to be in the show was either hinted at it or put on IMDb ratings. They were like all over it. But Masuka was never actually like hinted at nor confirmed. That was like the one that shocked me the most.
Maybe it's just a one-time cameo kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like it would be
not gonna
easier to keep Masuka out of the spotlight because he's kind of just like a joke character, kind of like a walking punchline. You know, everyone loves to see him, but you don't really need to advertise him as much as the other characters. Yeah,
that is true. That
Didn't
is
get
true.
the scene from
I'm gonna
the
be
trailer.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've never watched an episode of Dexter other than that one because I just like your videos.
Oh, appreciate that, man. I think everything about that episode was perfect. Pacing was perfect. But the one thing, oh my god, that it's still pissing me off to this day. Bro, we're 3 episodes deep and not even like one sentence has been exchanged. I'm kind of mad about that.
They're gonna
And
do
honestly,
the same thing in New Blood, where he's only at the last episode.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that they might just make it to where like it's a big like reveal for Harrison. It's not as casual. They might make it like the finale.
Yeah,
when
actually,
he, finds
Wonder-
out his dad's alive.
Wait, has Batista not told Joey and Masuka that Dexter?
No, yeah, he said it's better not to know.
yeah.
So I think he might actually be working on something, and then when it like comes out that Dexter's the Bay Harbor Butcher, then you know that's what he meant there.
Backpacking off of what you were saying about Harrison, we actually might see him at the end. Is it 10 episodes or 12?
10 episodes, though. Or
It's
8.
10.
Yeah, I thought it was 10.
We actually might see him at episode 10 because I feel like that would be the best cliffhanger to then get people to watch season 2. I feel like
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have him see his see
his face.
No.
For like a split
We're gonna
second.
have Harrison see Dexter for like a split second. Part I actually really liked, this kind of underrated part. Harrison knew he couldn't be like emotionless, but instead of like totally cracking under the pressure, he just admitted to like a whole different thing, which was true, which is a very smart moment.
That is smart. Like father, like son. I was like, oh, he could be. Actually, I figured that out.
I
too.
thought he was about to
like-
cooperate for a second.
I was like, if he says anything, then he's so he better admit something else. But if he doesn't admit something else, then he's done for. And he did. I was like, this is fucking smart.